My only problem with that is that all of this stuff they've been doing in the last 15 years with trying to hook the youth audience in, this movie studios and Netflix and Disney and all this stuff has made them lose money. Right? You know, all this idea of like finding a new audience, finding the youth, chasing the youth audience, all this stuff. For the most part, with movies, especially theatrical, a lot of young people just don't go. And when we grew up, a lot of the stuff was not made for us. Star Trek, the original series and Next Generation, that was not made for kids. Our parents would watch it. I would think it was boring when I was younger, and then I kept watching it because they were watching it, and then I grew to love it. What they're doing now is they're trying to do this thing, but then there's kids content, children's content, which is a separate rail. What they're doing now is they're trying to do this like in between thing. They're making a film that's like trying to appeal to like a 20-year-old and like a 40-year-old. And
it doesn't work.
I don't think it works. I think, and if you look at the examples where things have succeeded, it's like, look at Barbie. Barbie was a mom movie, and the moms maybe drag their kids to it. Oppenheimer.
I dug it.
There's some funny parts. Oppenheimer was a dad movie, and dads went to see it, and it did well. Some of the comic book films skew heavily male, but the dads will sometimes drag their family along with them. Come see. I used to do that with staff. I was like, come see Batman with me, you know?
Yeah. Well, why do you think Guardians of the Galaxy did so well? Because it had that plucky, animal input that what's his face does all the time. James Gunn does all the
time. Raccoon, yeah.
And it's light. It wasn't until the third movie that there was an F-bomb. You know what I mean? Like that was like, whoa, Disney's putting the F word in one of their...
Yeah, he finds a good balance of, having a cute critter to throw in there. Lucas does this too. The films were, I'd say Star Wars is an example where, that would skew younger. But I do think like the desperate appeal to the young audience, especially with the people that they're employing now, has catastrophically failed. And if you look at the demographics of young people they're capturing, it's pathetic. It's like 15% or something like that.
Right.
So
it's a failure. It's an absolute failure.
They should have just kept adult movies adult and kids movies kids.
Yeah.
And guess what? The younger kids would age into it, and then they'd start watching it. I have relatives that didn't, in their early 20s, they didn't watch that many movies, period. They just didn't. They weren't into it. But then they got into their mid-20s and they started watching it. So Hollywood has this idea that if we don't get them in young, then they're lost. I don't necessarily think that's true. I think make very good movies for grown-ups and people will age into them. That's what I think.
What's happened, I think, Tom, if we think about the economics of all this, there was a surge for a couple of decades of giant Hollywood blockbusters, and the bar kept on getting risen, right? So every successive year, everything, I mean, the Avengers saga, 10-year saga, everybody's trying to hit pay dirt by duplicating that once again. And that's a very unique experience that happened that I think they can't hit that mark. They're not going to hit that bullseye again. You have to do something else. Number one, it's tired. And if people really want to experience that, they can go back and watch it again. But what you need to do to exceed that again is spend an ungodly amount of money